That's his microphone.
He's here. Good day, Melbourne. Good day. Welcome. What's up? Welcome.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Yes, yes, yes. Is this thing on?
Yes.
Great to be back in Melbourne. I love this city.
We love it when you're in it.
I love it. I love being in it.
What do you love most about it?
I love the city. It's so easy to get around.
Yeah.
And you know, I cannot find Chinese food anywhere in the city. Yeah, Chinatown, that's it, that's it.
What's
Yes.
Little Burke Street.
I love Little Burke Street. I love Big Burke Street too.
Big Bird Street?
And I like Swanston.
Swanston, yeah.
I went down to the QV yesterday. I went to Dan Murphy's. Anyone know Dan Murphy's? Yeah. They have a lot of alcohol in Dan Murphy's. That's another thing I find hard to find here. Any kind of alcohol. Yes.
And Australians.
Yes, never.
Just, what's up with that? Well, Richard.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, Melbourne. Yay!
Enough about us.
Yes, I love Melbourne.
Yes, Melbourne. What do you love most about Melbourne?
Then I say water now.
Water.
I say water.
Yeah. You got your water there?
Water.
Yeah.
Though I say good day to everyone and they say hello.
Yeah.
Good day. Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
You got a question?
Yes, go. No, not this.
We could go like this today. What do you like most about Melbourne?
Wait a minute, wait. Little Burke.
Please interrupt us. Put your hand up. Ask a question in the silliest voice you possibly can.
Don't be shy. Yes, no, no, yes.
Okay.
Wait, I'll answer all the questions before you ask them. Why was there bacon in the soul? Pastulio and Gurk. No?
No. Being a Gherkin race and heavily driven technology and being the tallest, well, how did the tallest become the dominant alien race?
Well, you are aware that it is a cartoon. Okay. Just want to make sure, you never know. The tallest of the dominant race, because isn't that how life is? No? I mean, you go to a parade, you can see over the crowd. I don't have that luxury. That's how they became the dominant race. Good question!
Simple, yes.
Hello, Melbourne!
Viking man.
Little Burke! Woo!
What do you like most about Melbourne?
Little Burke! I know you. Matthew. No?
No.
Oh.
I always wanted to do this into a microphone. Far out, I sound really... I can't keep that up forever.
No, welcome to my world.
I have a question!
Yes? But you've blown out this entire side's eardrums right over here.
I think I'm embarrassing myself. I might as well.
Yes,
keep going.
ask
It's
the
not going to
question.
get any better. After playing, I'll have to think of a. Jeez, damn, my voice is loud. No wonder my neighbours complain. After playing a character for long enough, do you ever find yourself, I don't know, acting out that character just because you've been playing them for so long? They've sort of been. Do characters become a part of you, or can you separate from them, knowing that it's a job more than anything else?
It's a job more than anything else, but I will say that there's a lot of me in all my characters. If you notice, all my characters are always very angry, right? They're angry characters. I do the villains really well. I think that comes from a bit of a Napoleon complex. Hey! Over here! Over here! Anyone remember that? That's kind of like my life. Over here! Over here! So yes, I guess that does, like when I go to order a salty cola or a poop cola, that becomes part of my life.
Over here.
Over here!
Over here.
You must like playing dumb beavers.
Me, Spooty Beaver. Me, Norbert. I am a beaver. Yeah, so? Hello, Stump. Norbert, put my name up on that board.
What do you find in good voice direction?
What do I find in good voice direction?
Oh, sorry. What do you find in a good voice director?
Well, voice directors are good if voice directors allow you to have a little bit of freedom. They let you play and improvise. A lot of times voice directors are just catering to the creators and the producers, so a lot of times they know how to get the read out of you in a polite way without saying, that's not what they want, do it better. So a good voice director knows how to get the... You know, once you've been doing a character for a long time, the voice director's job becomes a lot easier because you know how to say the lines as they're written. Like with Zim, everything was going... And that's Zim in a nutshell. I could say no words and everything would be like, this would be Zim without words. That's it.
Oh, hi, can you please do Billy's voice from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
Billy's voice, he's silly, yeah. I like pie, yeah. Hey, Mandy, Erwin, destroy us all, destroy us all. I like pie.
Give it up for Richard Horvitz. He doesn't hear applause when he's recording the shows. You got a question for Mr. Horvitz? Please put your hand up. Please. Why don't you be over there? Okay. Good.
What do you find are the key differences between working in voice and video games and in TV?
Well, I'll tell you, working in video games is a lot more work because you'll do one line, 3 different takes. But then, if you go a different direction on a game, you'll have a different outcome. So you have to direct, so then you have to do that line in a different way because there's a different answer. Do you know what I mean? Like if it says, what do you want to do? Do you want to go through the door? And if you go through the door, there's this response. But if you go the other way, there's another response. So it's long. It's a long process to record video games. But also I enjoy in animation, I'm usually working with the other actors. In video games, you're by yourself in a booth. And there's the line, one right after the other. That's the key differences. Yes!
Which one of your characters do you think is more like you? So you're like yourself in every day.
Like I am in my everyday life? Zim! I do not suffer fools lightly! But you know, a lot of Daggett. I'll tell you my favorite thing about Daggett is my favorite moment in all of the Angry Beavers history, other than Muscular Beaver whoosh, is there's a moment where Big Bunny comes to the house, and if you ever notice, Daggett always took on whatever guest star's voice was on, so if the bunny was like, yeah, I'm Big Bunny, then Daggett started talking like that too. Well, at the end, Big Bunny comes back and, and Norbert says, you know, Big Bunny, you're our friend, blah, blah, blah. Big Bunny says, oh, you're just saying that because you don't want me to feel bad. And Daggett says, yeah, so? That's Daggett in a nutshell, right there. Yeah, so? I'd like that. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, so?
Yeah, so?
Yeah.
Hi. As you said, with video games, you're in a booth and you don't really have anything else, you've just got to say the lines. Do you have any techniques to how you get into that character in that situation without any visual?
Yes, I scream a lot. What you do is you get your lines and you do it in 3 different takes, so it's 3 different reads. But what's important about voiceover is that you always have to be talking to someone. Otherwise, you're talking out. And you can tell when people are just talking out and when I'm talking to you. So in order to get different reads on things, you have to have a specific want, and you have to know who you're talking to. So a lot of times, your line is a response to something else that's been said. So you either have to ask the voice director to tell you the line before so you know how to say it, or you have to read the lines before. And a lot of times I like to read into it and then say my line.
You got a question for Richard? Put your hand up. Yes, ma'am.
Little Burke!
Can you please do Chaos's voice?
Chaos! can't walk through the tightrope. I just did a flip.
Yes, sir.
Billy, what did you make this with?
I made it with about 10 years ago with memory. What's the line? I made it with poop.
You made it out of fridge.
I made it out of fridge.
Correct.
Okay. Yay.
Richard Horvitz wins the Guess His Own Lines game.
Yes.
Richard, in the Actors Studio.
Yes.
Tell me
With
about...
James Lipton.
Tell me about...
For those of you on the voiceover track.
Tell me about your
Tell me about
parents.
how you prepared for Billy.
Yes.
Well, I used to shower in my own poop. Not really, I didn't.
What is your favorite curse word?
Boulder Dash!
Come on, put your hand up. Stop this nonsense.
Hello, Richard.
G'day!
I heard there were plans for a movie-length episode of Invader Zim called Invader Dib. I was wondering if you had heard anything about that.
I have not heard anything about that, and anything with dib in it makes me sick. But no, I did not. I've never heard that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Over here?
We are having an Invader Con. Did you guys hear about Invader Con? Doom Con 2. We had some Aussies that came out to Invader Con 1 last year. They made the trek, and now there's going to be a second one in Los Angeles on July 28th and 29th, and the entire cast with some surprise guest cast members, and Jonah Vasquez will be there also. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. So get your tickets now. Book your flights.
Cool. Richard.
Who's speaking?
Up here.
Yes, there you are.
Can you tell us a bit about the process of creating a voice? Like, do you have voices worked out before you go into characters, or do you create them when you get given a character?
Well, I don't have voices when I start, because a lot of people think that it starts with the voice, and a lot of people have, 100 different voices that they do, and they say, well, what voice do I have that I can put to this? But I always start with the story first. And then I look at the breakdown. Is he young? Is he supposed to be a teenager, a kid? I take all that into consideration when I do it. So if you look at like Billy, you definitely know it's an adult doing Billy's voice, because it's not a real kid voice. So what I do with my characters is I know that if it's a kid, I know the kids are usually wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. And they're very innocent. And Billy just happened to get a lot stupider. And so they kind of evolve as the series goes on. The creator has an idea of what they want. Like Jonah definitely knew things that he wanted in it, and as Jonah has pointed out many times, that what I ended up doing in Zim wasn't exactly what he had envisioned, but he liked what I brought to it, and that's how the character. If you notice in the shows, characters, whether it's live action or voiceover, very rarely are the same in the beginning and the end. That's how you know that's the first season versus, the third season where they have all the money.
I really dislike listening to The Simpsons in the first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
It just sounds horrible. no
I love
disrespect
the
to those
Simpsons.
guys.
They're
but
my good friends. It sounded great from season 1 and on.
Totally did. Yes, the opinions of the creators.
The opinions
of blah, 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 blah.
expressed in this thing are...
Yeah.
Hi,
Good day.
How are you?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. What's your favorite part of Melbourne?
Oh,
Little Bird?
yes, it's great.
Thanks for the question. Next!
What was your favourite Invader Zim line or episode to do?
Well, I think if anyone knows me, anyone know my favorite line? Grr! Why was there bacon in the soap? I love that. I love, I also love when Zim comes in from the bathroom and says, "My business is done." It's also one of my favorites.
Is that was some of your real life coming into the character, wasn't
Yes,
it?
my business is done. And my favorite episode, did you ask me that?
Yeah.
I love Pastulio. It's all right, Torque. He's part of the collective now. That monkey. I love that. I love Planet Jackers. I love Future Dib. So it's like, he says, "So, tell me, Dib, were you the one that threw the muffin at Zim?" "Well, that was a long time ago, but okay, yes. One of my favorite moments ever.
When Invader Zim appeared on Space Ghost, how was that experience?
Space Ghost?
On Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Invader Zim was a guest star for one episode.
Is that true?
I think so.
I don't think so. I would have done it, I think. I don't ever remember doing that. I love Space Ghost Coast to Coast, though.
Okay, I must be thinking of something else, because I swear I've seen him.
You're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm
Space
going to look at
Ghost,
this schedule here. Oh, this is the Zim panel. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, that was He-Man.
That was He-Man, yes.
I'm coming to you now.
Hi.
Hello.
I was just wondering, do you ever break out into character when you're like in the supermarket or something like that and you don't realise that you're doing it?
No. I usually break out into song more than I break out into character. Because I love musical theater. Anyone like musical theater here? Anyone? Yay! Love musical theater. It's my life.
What's your favorite musical theater?
Jesus Christ Superstar is my #1 all-time favorite.
Why?
Because I get to sing, my mind is clearer now, what lost all too well, I can see where we all soon will be.
Don't stop.
And I love, thank you. I love chorus line, I hope I get it, I hope I get it. How many people does he need, how many people does he need? I also love one day more, another day, another destiny, this never-ending road to Calvary. These men who seem to know my crime will surely come a second time. One day more.
Oh, stop.
Love loneliness. Love Wicked. Wicked's one of my favorites.
What about Xanadu?
No.
Okay. Next question.
Hi.
Good day.
Good day. How's
Bye
it
Bye
going?
Birdie. I love Bye Bye Birdie. I love Grease.
Excellent.
Yes.
Back to Invader Zim though, because
Invader Zim.
like most of us.
What is that?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
No, have I.
It ended slightly prematurely. How would
Did?
you have liked it to end? If you could have.
If I would have liked it, I would have liked it to end maturely, as opposed to prematurely.
Okay. Well, can you?
How would I like the series to end? Like
Yes.
what's happened? Well, of course, Zim takes over the world.
That's how. He hasn't even managed to take over his own house.
Pathetic human. What do you mean, how? Have you not met Zim? Zim needs no pathetic people.
He'll do it through musical theater, I think.
Yes, it all ends up in Zim the musical. That's how it ends for me.
What was Zim's favorite musical
Actually, we
theater
did do a musical that never aired. We recorded it for Angry Beavers. It was called Rats, the musical. And it was all about, I play every single character. I play a little rat going to London town to find my future and my success. And it turns out that I bring the bubonic plague with me. And that's what Rats is. Rats, I've got the plague. It's in my nose, it's in my legs.
On that note, I've heard recordings for a cancelled final episode of The Angry Beavers, where
Yes.
we find out that they've been cancelled. Can
Yes.
you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, that was a very controversial episode that we did because we had finished our run and we didn't want to see it end. So it was kind of the creators kind of like to the network, and so a lot of the things we said were not the network would never have animated. But it was kind of our expressing and venting about the sadness of the show being finished.
What's your favorite thing about a con?
The people, the fans, by far. It's always nice to see that your work is appreciated and that you get to reach so many people. It really means a lot to me. I like to meet people. I like to do the voices. I really enjoy that. I like these panels. Makes me feel good, and then I go home to my little hole in the wall and cry in the corner. Where did everyone go?
Well, a friend of yours has come along today.
Uh-oh, is it Gur?
It's Gur. Come on,
Hello,
stand up,
Gur.
Gur. Hello, Gur.
Gur, why was I making it this out?
I made it myself.
Yay!
Give it up for Gur.
Hey, give it up for Gur.
Yeah. Gur, he made it himself.
Who was your favourite voice actor to work with?
Harold's dad from Billy and Mandy. Does anyone? Billy, what are you doing? Hi, Dad. How's it going? Billy, actor to work with. Believe it or not, the most fun I ever had, and I've worked with a lot of great people. I've worked with Eric Idle, Michael York, Sheena Easton, all my friends like Billy West and Rob Paulson and Tara Strong and Grey Delisle. They're all great people. But my most exciting person that I ever got to work with, that I was so excited I couldn't wait to get to work for, Billy Hayes, Witchy Poo from HR Puffin Stuff. Because she first of all was the sweetest lady in the world, and I grew up watching her. I'm like a total fan guy. I'm like, when I see people that I grew up with, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a geek for them. And this was one of them, because I used to do a Charles Nelson Riley impersonation, like, oh, hello, Weenie, oh. And I did it for Billy, who played Weenie on Lidsville. And she was just so gracious. She's like, oh my gosh, I wish Charles could hear that. I'm having dinner with him tonight in Alice Ghostly. These are all people that none of you will ever know or remember. Does anyone remember any of these people I'm mentioning? Good, 2, 3 people.
4 or 5.
4 or 5. But that's my generation, so that to me was my fandemonia.
Excellent. We have a question down the back.
Hi! The rumour mill has been spinning a little bit, saying that they're bringing Invader Zim back and finishing the 2nd and 3rd season. Is there any truth to that whatsoever?
About a year or so ago, there were meetings held with Nicktoons where they talked about bringing back Zim. And after many, many deliberations and budgets gone over, it just kind of went away again. But that said, never say never.
When reading any script for the first time, you ever thought, wow, there's no way this is airing?
Well, I have to correct you. First of all, it wasn't targeted to that demographic. It was put on a network that had a huge demographic of 4 to 10-year-olds. And that is the only demographic that they were studying and watching. So if you look at Invader Zim, our ratings were horrible. They were horrible. A lot of parents go, huh? What are you watching? He just took his eyeballs out of his head. That's one of the ones we watched where they took his eyeballs out of his head. But they replaced him with better eyes. But that's one of the problems. We premiered the same night as Fairly Odd Parents. And Invader Zim got rave reviews in all the papers, in the Times, and around the country and the world. And Fairly Odd Parents did not get great reviews. But history has shown that Zim was done after a season and a half. One of the other things that I have to remember about Invader Zim is that we premiered in 2001. And it was about an alien who takes over the Earth and uses all sorts of, maniacal ways of taking over the Earth. And then after 9/11 happened, is kind of a sore subject. So I think that hurt us also. And there's a Paul over the room. He said 9/11.
Are there any shows that you wish you'd worked on, or characters that you wish you could have done?
Not characters that I wish I would have done, but there are only 2. I love Family Guy. I'd like to do Family Guy. That's a really good show.
It's all right.
But my all-time favorite cartoon, I don't know if anyone knows what it is. Anyone? My all-time favorite cartoon is Speed Racer. Here comes Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone.
What do you think of the film?
He's gaining on you, so you better look alive.
What do you think of the film?
He's busy revving up the powerful Mach 5.
What do you think of the film?
And when the odds are against him and there's dangerous work to do, you bet your life, Speed Racer, he's gonna see it through. Bum, bum, bum. Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer! Go! He's off and flying as he jams around the track. He's jamming down the pedal like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead.
What do you think?
Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer! Go, Speed Racer! Go!
Yeah!
I will tell you a true story.
Please do.
My sister who is here today. Everyone wave. Wave to my sister Diane. When I was a kid, every single car that I got, I tried to make into a really operating Mach 5. And I succeeded with the blades coming out and cutting down trees and the homing pigeons flying out, but I just could not drive it underwater. I thought the movie was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I thought Matthew Fox as Racer X was incredible. He was just like Racer X.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You know, I'm not into the whole CGI thing for it. I would like a regular live action.
Traditional. Yeah, oh yeah.
I've yet to see it come out yet, but I didn't mind the movie.
Yeah, good. Good.
That's the mammoth car.
What was it like working with Jonan Vasquez, and did you think he's... scratch the last part. What was it like working with Jonan Vasquez?
Did I think he was? It was great working with Jonan. I mean, the guy is brilliant. His mind works in ways that it's just like I envy. In fact, I often look at something that I consider bizarre. And I always wonder how that would look in Jonan's mind. Because he can animate it and make it funny. If you look at Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes that and makes it funny. Really funny. Filler Bunny, same thing. And I just love that kind of twistedness. I like random and twisted. That's my sort of thing.
Well, we've got a great crowd for it.
Yay!
Yeah.
Who's random and twisted in this room? Anyone? Okay,
Yeah, let that freak flag fly. Who's got a question for Richard Horvitz? Who's got
Don't
a
be
question
shy.
For Richard Horvitz?
All questions will be answered.
I saw the pilot episode of Zim, and it was Billy West in that one.
I gotta correct that one too.
Oh?
I do, because the only one credited in that one is Billy West. But it's me in the cafeteria scene, it's me in the room. But here's the thing, Billy did the whole pilot. And then they brought me in and had me revoice 3/4 of the pilot. But at the time, I wasn't under contract, so that would be just like additional voices. So they paid me to do additional voices, but Billy gets full credit for the episode. But it's me. Did anyone know that I'm in there? Did you hear me at all? No? Yeah. Spread the word far and wide. Let it be known.
I guess the question that's coming from that, what's the best role you never got?
The best role I never got? I have to say SpongeBob. I mean, that's my friend Tom Kenny. And for years, a lot of people used to say to me all the time, is that you doing SpongeBob? Like, no, that's not me. It's Tom. That would have been a nice little gig. Nice little worldwide iconic gig. Most of my characters are very subversive, cult-following characters. Like my video games are like that. Destroy All Humans, Psychonauts certainly is. Zim, by far. I would say Daggett and Billy and Mandy was a lot more commercial. But I would say I would have liked to have been SpongeBob. That would have been a nice little gig. Or be Seth MacFarlane.
If you and Zim were locked in a room together, who would emerge alive? And why?
Me, because it's a cartoon!
Oh yeah! I keep forgetting.
Why do I have to remind people it's a cartoon?
Destroyed my dreams. Who's got a question for Richard? We got like 5 minutes left or so.
Hi, Richard.
Good day.
You appeared on Babylon 5.
Yes. Conflicts of Interest, Episode 5. I played Mark.
Did you have any stories about what it was like to be on the show?
Yeah, I liked it because I got to wear a really manly goatee. And I was very serious. And I haven't done a lot of on-camera sci-fi stuff, so it was a lot of fun. And then I got to die, which is even more awesome. Unless I wanted to be a regular, then it sucked. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's a sci-fi. They could bring you back. Anything's possible.
Well, they'd have to bring the series back.
Oh no, anything's possible.
Hi, big fan.
Hi, Prince.
Hi.
How are you? I do remember
Good job.
you. Yes.
One thing is that when we watch your shows, and there's one episode called Zim Eats Waffles, and I watched that, and I remember it. Yeah, from what I remember, it was just complete chaos. So,
yes.
What's your kind of reaction when you read like a script of what's going to happen in the episode, and you just see like the whole page? Zim screams.
That's actually a very good question, Prince, because that is what I looked at and went, oh, no. I went through 6 bottles of this size water 6 of these per episode. What we have to remember is that we did 2 11-minute episodes per half hour. And so we would record 2 of those a day. And by the time I was done, I was like this. And then later in the week, I'd have to go and record Billy from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And so it's like, and so the creators of Billy and Mandy said, "Are you smoking? Do you smoke?" I'm like, "No, I don't smoke." "Oh, come on, your voice is really hoarse." Like, no, it's just sing. But yeah, I would often go, "Oh, I gotta yell."
Hi.
Good day.
Have you always wanted to be a voice actor, like ever since you were young?
No.
Any other career?
I started out on camera. I knew I wanted to be an actor since I was 5 years old. Growing up, I watched 2 of my favorite. I had 3 favorite shows that I watched growing up. One was Get Smart, all-time favorite sitcom. Second was The Flip Wilson Show. And the third was Tom Jones from England. And I used to imitate those guys nonstop. And Don Adams' Get Smart, his read shows up a lot in Daggett. So if you listen now, knowing that. And so as a kid, I started doing commercials when I was 10, a lot of sitcoms in America. And then in the 80s, I did a lot of teen films. I did a film called Summer School, if anyone ever saw that, with Mark Harmon and Kirstie Alley. I played the nerd, Alan Ekian, and it was a stretch. It called for a lot of acting on my part, because I am anything but a nerd. Maybe even a Sir Laurence Olivier. So then I did a lot of that. And then in around 1988 or 89 or so, someone said to me, "You've got a really interesting voice, you should get into voiceover." I knew nothing about it. It just turns out that my commercial agency shared an office with a voiceover agency. So I walked over and I said, "I would like to do voiceover." And they said, "Okay, make a demo reel." That's how long ago it was. It was a reel-to-reel tape. So I did, and then I targeted animation because I got to work with so many great people, and it's just like working on camera, because you get a different script every week and you get to work with great people. But before long, 20 years into it, I became known as voiceover veteran Richard Horvitz. And I thought to myself, you know what? I didn't wake up at 5 years old like a lot of my friends did that are in voiceover and say, "I want to do voiceover, I want to be June Foray, I want to be Mel Blanc." So about 4 or 5 years ago, I went back to doing more on-camera work as well. I did The Informant with Matt Damon. I played his attorney. I had a big manly beard. That was my acting nod. In fact, I think there was one scene we shot where Matt Damon was actually living in my beard. That's how bad it was. I did that, and then last year I did Crazy Stupid Love, which if you blink, you miss me, but if you get the DVD, I'm alive and well in the deleted scenes. And I do a lot of the American, like I work with a comedian by the name of Fred Willard. And we do a lot of late night television talk shows, like we did Jimmy Kimmel, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. So yeah, I like to do everything. I love stage work the most. I do a lot of stage work.
What was the last stage production you did? What was the role in the show?
The last theater production I did was a play called Murderers, and it was written by Jeffrey Hatch. And it was a 32-page monologue. And I was on stage for 45 minutes playing all the different characters, so it kind of catered to my strengths because I did different voices for the different characters and different attitudes. So it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Again.
Hello. Good day.
Good
Little
day.
Burke.
Back to the question. Just
Why was there
before
soap in the bacon? Oh wait.
About screaming a lot. Do you have any methods to try and prolong your voice? Do you think about that? The fact that your voice is
Well,
your career.
my methods are I drink a lot. I keep hydrated a lot. I drink, like I've been sitting here gulping this as we did it. I drink a lot of water and a lot of tea. You can place your voice in places, but it changes the screen. Like the laugh can be like, oh, that would be the same. I'm what's referred to as a throat talker. Most of my voice is in the throat, as opposed to like Billy's dad, who's lower in the chest. But for laugh, it's like, you just have to, it's also a mental thing. You have to like say, okay, vocal cords, stay together. No notes.
Final question.
Final question.
No pressure.
Being a fanboy as you are, what cartoons did you draw up in your childhood?
Did I draw on as work or like did I?
Watch. What did you
watch.
as a
Well,
childhood?
I watched Speed Racer nonstop. I watched Kimba the White Lion nonstop. I watched Rocky and Bullwinkle and Fractured Fairy Tales and Flintstones, the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo. Saturday mornings were all about Scooby-Doo and the Banana Splits. I don't think you guys know them, but do you know the Banana Splits?
We know.
La 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 la. One banana, two banana, three banana, 4, 5 banana, 6 banana, 7 banana, more. Tra la 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 la.
That's the one. Oh.
Anything else? Any other animated shows I watched? I love Fractured Fairy Tales. I love those. You guys know Fractured Fairy Tales?
I don't.
Sweet.
The Viking does.
June
Yes.
June Foray was all the voices. And Rocky and Bullwinkle. Hee-ba! What you put the rabbit in my head? Gee, Bullwinkle! No, Disney gargoyles were way after my time. Yeah, I look very young, but I'm actually 73 years old. Not really. Everyone believed that.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, oh, yes.
It's because it's Australia. It's upside down.
Yeah, right,
73 is
yeah.
37.
Right,
Yeah,
right. In
yeah.
Australian years.
Yeah, Australian years.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Richard Horvitz! Where will you be signing today?
I will be signing out there. I'm
Yes.
going to lunch. I'll be back, Gene, at 2:30. 2:30. That is a Chinese dentist time.
Yes.
2:30.
Yes. So when you feel your teeth getting sore, go see Richard.
2:30.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Richard Horvitz.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have the Outland panel.